Mr. Karim, on behalf of the ECR, for 2 minutes. Microphone, please.
No. May I first of all start off by thanking Mr. Masip for the very comprehensive way in which he has dealt with this matter and the very cooperative fashion in which he has dealt with all colleagues who have been engaged with him. By far of all the briefs, Commissioner, Mr. President, that I've been involved with since I've been in this Parliament, the biggest challenge for me has been the whole intellectual property debate. And the biggest part of the challenge has just been trying to keep up with the game, because by the time we've legislated and moved to where we feel we need to be at, the whole agenda seems to have moved on. And therefore it's absolutely essential that we have a body like this in place that is able to advise us and give us guidance as to where we need to be moving to next. Along with that, politically, I do believe there is a need across certainly this House and the European Union generally to have a greater understanding and to have a greater application of the fact that we need to ensure that IP rights are culturally and economically, their value is properly understood in Europe, because we have a huge amount at stake. One only needs to look to see how economically we need to grow at this moment in time. And where is that growth going to come from? Well, a big part of our growth agenda can be fulfilled from the potentials that we have in the innovation that our thinkers right across the European Union are doing in the creative industries. Just to quote you from one report, Commissioner, across the G20 nations, the internet economy amounted to 4.1% of GDP, or $2.3 trillion in 2010. It's larger than the economies of Italy or Brazil. In other leading economies, it contributed to 8% of GDP, powering growth economically and creating jobs. By 2016, we expect that to be 3 billion internet users globally, and the internet economy will reach $4.2 trillion in the G20 nations. We therefore need to make sure that we have the correct policy portfolio in place so that we are able to exploit this new and expanding market, and that the Observatory is well placed to be able to assist us to do that. Certainly from my group's perspective, we were at the forefront of ensuring that SMEs play their part in this and that their interests are protected fully as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the EFD, Mr. Nuttall for 3 minutes.
Mr. President, Commissioner, this is essentially a commercial problem, and if action is needed, it's a situation crying out to be addressed by the private sector, acting in its own commercial